Welcome back to continue our discussion looking at grandparenting issues. Joining me again, Pam Rask, a grandparent. Now, we wanted to pick up here with grandparenting and parenting. As you mentioned, your grandchildren have been with you, one for 6 years and the other for about 3 years. You're a grandparent. And we all think about when we become grandparents, kind of the role that we want to be in terms of the support system and not the main person. And you don't really want to discipline unless there's issues of safety. You just want to have fun. So how do you balance the grandparenting role and the children understanding you're really the grandparent with some of the parenting requirements, but yet making sure they understand that your daughter is their parent? How do you do that?
Well, it's really difficult. It's difficult to do that because although the parents, actually my grandkids, they call me mama sometimes. Okay. They call me grandma. They know who their mother is, but I am playing that mama role. Okay. I am playing the mother role, and I have been for quite a while, so they understand, but they do know who their mother is. And, you know, and I have to be careful. I have 5 other grandchildren, so I have to be very careful that I pay attention to the other grandchildren as well, and I don't alienate them. The kids, the kids know who their mother is. Okay. In terms of wanting to leave the safety net that they feel at home, they don't want to do that. Okay. They're not ready to do that. And what has been very helpful is my daughter recognizes as well that she's not able to raise them right now. Okay. And so it's really helpful if you have a situation where the grandparents are raising grandchildren, that you can come to terms with really what's best for the kids. It's really not about me and my relationship with the kids, or it's about her and her relationship with the kids. It's really about what's emotionally best for the kids and what they can handle at any given time. My grandkids are probably going to be with me for the next 2 or 3 years. They will continue to see their mother, and they may want to eventually just stay with me and just see their mother on the weekends. You know, the older they get, it just really kind of depends. But we're going to do, my daughter and I are going to do what's healthiest for the kids emotionally. Okay. and what, you know, what she can handle as a parent. Because we both believe that right now the children are in the best place that
now,
they need to be in.
In relation to that, especially with your daughter, how do you, if they're not seeing her on a routine daily basis, how do you incorporate her as the parent into some of those parenting kinds of decisions so that the children still understand, like you said, that we not only know who our parent is, but we do know that she still is active in terms of decisions, and you're sort of creating that kind of system? Well,
you know, there are some things that we work together on. You know, right now she's in a recovery house, so we're, you know, we worked through some of those decisions together, and I keep her informed about what's going on with the kids. She has difficulty in terms of transportation and being totally involved, and with her work schedule and what she's going through now, it's pretty much dependent on my husband and I, Grandpa and Grandma, to really take hold of that role. And although they know who her parent, there's some decisions that she needs to make for herself. So it pretty much isolates her from that parenting piece at this point in time. But we're building, you know, we're building on that as she moves through the process of getting better. Then we will, you know, she'll be able to pick up more of those parenting pieces. Okay. But right now, she's not really able to do that.
Now, you know, something that people may wonder about, I'm going to ask you this question kind of point blank, because people wonder, you're a grandparent, and as you mentioned, your daughter had the 2 children. Do you talk with her about future children in terms of what her focus you would like for it to be, and that, because you don't want to necessarily be in the parenting role forever, and you want her to be able to be, you know, provide that for any future children. So what kind of discussions do you have in relation to that?
Well, I encourage her to do appropriate birth control, and you know, I encourage her to do the long-acting reversible contraception, because I think that would be the best thing for her to do. I think that, you know, for her to have any more children at this point in time in her life would be a detriment to her other children, a detriment to the relationship that she could be building with her other children. Because as you know, when you bring another child into the family, especially a young baby, that baby requires more attention.
Right.
And so therefore less attention is paid to the other, and it really can create some emotional problems. When I first got my guardianship of my granddaughter, she was at 2 years of age, she was really going through some really tough behavioral issues because she had been exposed to domestic violence, been exposed to drugs, been exposed to some issues that were happening in her life. And she was young enough, the only way that she could act out her frustration and what was happening with her and her mother being in and out of her life was she acted it out through bad behavior.
Okay.
And so one of the things that my husband and I did immediately was to put her through a program at the Tulsa Health Department, which is called Parent-Child Interaction Therapy. It's through their child guidance program, and it's very effective. It helps the parent regain control of that child's behavior, and it helps the child gain some self-control.
Okay.
And through that period of time, it's a 12-week program, so it's very extensive, and it's done for 2 to 8 years old. During that time, my granddaughter learned to understand that it was okay to get angry. She felt it was a safe place for her to express her anger.
Right.
And then to have one-on-one directed therapy by a behavioral health therapist on the other side of the room, and we would do what we call special play, and we still do special play. And my granddaughter knows how to calm herself down. She knows when she's having trouble. Even now, she's still on maintenance, and she knows how to calm herself down. She knows, and I know I have the skill now to appropriately parent her and let her know that, you know, bad choices bring bad consequences and good choices bring good consequences.
Okay.
And this is a program that really teaches them about those good and bad choices and gives them some room to express that anger and let it out, and then to become safe.
Now you mentioned that she's on maintenance. So with this program, then you said it's initially 12 weeks. It sounds like it's a program then that will follow the family.
Absolutely.
And intervene, and you can come in and get the assistance you may need. It's just not a one-time deal, but a continuation, which is strengthening.
Because throughout these 6 years of my granddaughter's life, she still has experienced she still has, my daughter will get better and then she relapses. She'll get better and then she relapses. So she's experienced a lot of emotional upheaval. So that's why the kids just can't go back
and
to their mother. So I've had more than temporary guardianship of these kids. It's, you know, to me, temporary is about 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
But when you're talking 6 years, you're talking, you've had a longer relationship, and I've vested as much time and emotion into these children as if I were their own mother.
We're going to take another quick break and come back and talk about some additional challenges and resources.
Okay.
Please stay with us.